Boom.
Hey, good Friday morning. Larry Sprinkle along with Chris Mulcahy. There's only two of us. You know what we're talking about?
Weather.
It's on everybody's mind. Speaking of this, last night, big storms came through, high winds. Every bit of my lawn furniture was all over the place. So
Yeah, and
picking it up last night.
Meanwhile, you're more southeast, I'm more northwest Charlotte,
Yeah.
and for us, it was just heavy rain and lightning off in the distance. So it depends where you were, but also that was a classic example of what's called an MCS. So it was a strong system. It's a cluster of thunderstorms, gets its own entity. Well, it died out when it moved over our area, but it hit all that heat and humidity, and it popped back up. And it was pretty slow moving, some decent flooding, caused a big accident on I-85, shut down the highway. But now we transition over to mainly a hotter story.
Yeah, let's talk about what's happening today. It's just going to be hot. We'll take a look, first of all, the views. Hey, not a bad view at all. In fact, it's a nice morning.
Oh, absolutely.
The morning's been great, lots of sunshine. It's just we transition to later in the day. Look at the intenseness of the heat advisories. It includes the Midwest, the South, and all the way to near our area in the Greenville-Spartanburg area, from Greenville to Anderson all the way to Georgia. That's a heat advisory. They can see heat index temperatures over 106, maybe up to 110. So that's going to be miserable there. For us, we take it through the daytime hours. It's really the middle of the afternoon. Here comes the heat. You know, the actual temperature is going to be somewhere about 95, 96, a heat index temperature, how it feels outside. Just miserable. 102 degrees at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Bottom number, that yellow number, that's the heat index. Top number is going to be in the 90s. Probably not going to break any record high temperatures, but it doesn't matter. It's just going to be very miserable outside.
And that's the change. So you might have heard numbers like 98, 99 for us mentioning. There's been a hard shift, really, over the last 24 hours. So the last 3 days have been at 94, 94, 95. I think we're going to be right around that range. 94 to 96 kind of looks like to be the sweet spot. You're picking up more clouds at the end of the day. It doesn't really seem to have that prime time. Notice we're not under a heat advisory. It looked like we were going to. So 105 is kind of that danger threat level, and it looks like we're not going to be there. So that has been the change. Still super hot, don't get me wrong, but things have trended down a little bit more.
Look at this right here. This is the good news. Tomorrow actually may even be a hotter day.
I know, right?
But we're definitely going to be in the mid-90s today and again tomorrow. But the great news about Monday and Tuesday, we drop those temperatures. 83 Monday, Tuesday, we're near 80.
But that comes with a price, everybody.
Yes, it does. Comes with rain.
Yeah, I don't want everyone to think that 80 degrees, it's going to be sunny and we are going to be enjoying ourselves. No, it's a lot of, especially Monday. It looks to be a very wet day.
Yeah, I mean, we exchanged the heat and the sun.
I'll take it,
the cooler temperatures and the rain, but that's the way it's going to be. Hey, big football action tonight. Let's talk about the Panthers taking on the Lions. Lions coming to town, and there's someone around nearby that's going to be at the game tonight. I hope what do you actually, it's T-shirts, shorts, I don't know, it's going to be heat index about 101, and that's right before the game starts.
Well, oddly, all my Panthers gear, I don't know why it's cold weather oriented, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to find my closest shade of blue. I wish I had a tank top for it, but no, big thanks to my friends Blake and Jamie. It was a few weeks ago. They're like, hey, do you want to go to a Panthers preseason game? I say, absolutely. And then as the forecast was developing, I'm like, oh, this could be one of the hottest.
Here's the thing. You don't realize, here's what you probably have not thought about. When you're at that game tonight and people go, that's that weather guy.
That's a weather guy.
That's Chris over there.
Crazy.
So it's your fault.
The blame game. Nothing is worse than when something changes with rain or snow, depending on the time of the season, and you're at that event. And you're like, oh no, I need to put a bag over my head.
Here they come.
So I love weather stats. So I'm always going to be your weather stat guy. And I went back yesterday and wrote down all of the Panthers preseason home games, looked at the high temperature, and I wanted to see where today ranked. Now, yesterday we were looking at more like 99. We were going to break a record. If yesterday's forecast verified and say something changes from what we're saying today and it does get to 99, that would be the hottest. But right now, it's still going to be one of the hottest. Today's forecast, 96, would put us right around where we were in 2007. But the hottest daytime temperature we've had for a preseason game is 98. Regardless, it's still top 5 hot. And what team are we playing, Larry?
The Detroit Lions are coming to town.
And the Lions, where are they from?
They are from Detroit.
Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
Michigan, and that is one of the colder states, and that's exactly what they have brought, the cold to the Carolinas.
Now, you know what? Can I just say this about that? When we see those numbers, well, you go, well, that's the way it is in Michigan, but
Michigan, not here. No. That's awful.
That's here, right?
Yeah, our average low temperature, by the way, during this time is usually about 33 degrees.
Yeah.
Our high was 29 that day. So not only was this the coldest high temperature for a Christmas Eve ever in Charlotte, the Detroit Lions started off the game versus the Panthers at 20 degrees with a wind chill of 9. And the only reason why I bring this up is we're top 5 hottest preseason for the Lions. First time they've ever been here for a preseason game, by the way. Meanwhile, back in 2014 when they were here, the only time that we've opened up our home opener with the Lions, of course, tied for the coolest. Lions, go away.
Yes.
We don't need it. And I can give a bonus fact. In 2002, there has only been one day it's rained of the 7 times we played each other. It was close to an inch of rain, and most of that fell during the game.
Yes, and I remember it was like flooding. It was crazy at the stadium for that game.
Lions, chill things down. It's a preseason game, but it's going to be hot. Chill is not a word that we're going to be using.
It's a great night for a victory.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I will be there. You're not going to recognize me because I'm going to be glistening. You have 6 times that we hit 95, including yesterday. 96 is the temperature to beat. It looks like today was going to be the day, but I think regardless, today and tomorrow, we're going to have a chance for that 96, 97. Still one of the hottest, if not hottest days of the year so far.
And the heat index just makes it miserable.
Yeah,
so
of course.
we're just bringing the news. We're telling it like it is. I mean, that's the facts, ma'am.
Yeah. Man. Whatever. They're both
anyway,
names.
I hope you have a great weekend. Stay cool, and we'll be back Monday right here on Wake Up Charlotte to Go.
And go Panthers, of course.
Yes. Go wait, enjoy. Go home.